Hey lovelies, and welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me. It's great to see you all. It's been a bit of a while since I've made a video, I know, but I'm back on track now. I spent a lot of time concentrating on my podcast, Crystals and Coffee, so you may want to check that out as well, because that's where I've been for quite a few months, and there's weekly episodes of that, so I'll put the link in the description. But I'm back here doing videos now. We're going to be once every fortnight. And I'm going to have lots of chat about crystals, different books, different oracle cards, oracle readings, crystal grids, all that kind of thing. So I'm going to kick it off today with, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I got for Christmas, which this is a beautiful little haul that I got for Christmas of a couple of different books and a couple of different card decks, which I think you're going to love. So that's why I want to share them with you today and go through them a little bit with you. So, but first of all, before we get into that, I want to just say that this video is being brought to you by help from Skillshare. Skillshare is a fantastic site where you can go to learn pretty much anything you can think of. You'll find there are short online courses over on the Skillshare website. I have a whole bunch of my crystal courses over there as well. So if you search me on Skillshare, my courses will come up. And if you use the link in the description to go over and sign up, you get 2 months for free, and it helps support my channel and all of my other work as well. So check out Skillshare, have a look over there for my crystal courses, and make sure you follow the link in the description. So, back to the haul. I got some great things for Christmas, which I'll just very quickly run through, and then we'll do them one by one. So, my first thing that I'm going to share with you is this beautiful book. I don't think I can get it to focus. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. The Almanac is what it says. I'll try and get that to focus in a minute. This is an absolutely beautiful book, and you'll see why shortly. I got a fantastic oracle card deck, which is a Goddess Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I have a few of her decks, and they are absolutely stunning. And then the other two things that I got are actually work very well as a set. They're by Gabrielle Bernstein. She wrote the book The Universe Has Your Back, and she also has a book about being a super attractor, and these are kind of two kind of add-ons to that book. I don't actually have the book, I haven't read the book, but I really wanted these cards and journals. So basically it's about pulling a card, and it's about being open to the law of attraction, being open to the universe, and putting out there what it is that you really want to receive. So we'll have a look at those beautiful cards, and then we have a matching journal here which allows you to reflect on card you've pulled or any other card readings that you're doing. You might want to write down affirmations and mantras and things in here. So we'll have a look at that in a moment as well. So yeah, this is a very pretty pile in my living room on Christmas Day. I was very, very happy. Okay, so the Almanac. This is a seasonal guide to 2020. So I usually use some form of almanac every year. The last few years I've used Spell a Day Almanac by Llewellyn's Almanac, and that basically goes, lists every single day of the year, and then there's some spell work to do. It tells you about the moon phases, the current sunrise, sunset, the seasons, relevant colours for that day, and crystals and things like that. So it's kind of like a diary for the year of all the different things you can use should you want to do things on a certain day. And that's very similar to what this is, but this is a little bit more detailed in the sense that it is split up into all 12 months of the year, and for every month it gives you it talks about the moon phases, and then you have all of the moonrise and moonset times. This is a UK book. These times are on UK times, so it's those kind of times are going to be more relevant if you're in the UK, but I think everything else can be applicable for anywhere else in the world, because all the dates and the moon cycle is the same. It's just the exact times might be a bit different. And then it also goes on to some more information about significant dates during the month, the full moon, new moon, waning moon, waxing moon, that kind of thing. Then it talks about the sky and we have the sunrise and sunset times there. This is the same one in every month, and then it talks about the sea, and you have some tidal times. And then we have all about nature and things that happen in nature in January, flowers that bloom in January. And then we have seasonal vegetables for the month, what you might want to find to use in your kitchen, whether that be in cooking or in if you are a bit of a kitchen witch and you like to add some spell work into your recipes, and these are the seasonal fruits and vegetables that you can use. And it also talks about different herbs that you might want to use for that month as well that are in season. Each month contains a recipe relevant to that month using seasonal ingredients. A couple of recipes there. It also talks about different meat and fish for different months as well. If you're a meat or a fish eater, I'm not, so it's not really relevant to me, but there is that in there as well. And then there's a charm of the month. So this is some kind of either charm or ritual or energy work that you might want to do that's relevant for that month of the year. So that's the charm for January. Then there's a song for each month as well. This is for January's full moon as well, if you're musical, or you may just want to recite the words if you're doing some work on the full moon. And that's the same thing for every month. So that's the whole of January, and then it repeats for the rest of the year. So it's basically a guide for the year. That's why I have an almanac every single year. I can't really imagine not having one, so I thought I'd try something new this year with this one, and I'm really pleased that I chose this one. This is really, really good. Kind of just guidebook if you're doing spell work, readings, energy work, crystal healing, you just want to tune into the moon, do some meditations, that kind of thing. This book is kind of indispensable for that. So that's the Almanac. I purchased this off of, well, my husband bought it for me for Christmas. He purchased it off of Amazon. This is not a sponsor. These aren't, none of these products that I'm talking about today, I'm not affiliated with any of them. I'm not sponsored by any of them. I received no payment for it. I'm just sharing with you my recommendations on what I am using. So I will put the Amazon links in the description if you want to check them out and see some more information. As I said, they're not affiliates. It's just for your info. So I will put them links in the description. So that's beautiful, the Almanac, and it's really, really pretty as well. The next thing that I got was the Goddess Oracle Guide. I have a few of Colette Baron-Reid's Oracle decks already. I have her Earth Magic and the Wisdom deck. So I thought, I knew I would like the Goddess deck. And when this arrived, I was expecting it to be a box this kind of size. So when this arrived, I was like, oh, that's amazing. So if you slide it out of its cover, it's this beautiful box, and it makes it look like kind of an old book. And then the box opens up like so, and then you have the guidebook in there for the deck, and then you have the deck itself in this book here. So beautifully packaged. I mean, that's just a really nice surprise. And the cards themselves are stunning as well. So the detail and all the little extras in these decks are just brilliant. So I will show you some of the artwork here on these cards, and they are absolutely stunning. So it's a deck just full of all different goddesses from, I don't think they're from anything, they're a combination of maybe of Greek, Egyptian, Roman goddesses. They're a whole, kind of across a whole range of, I can't think of the word I want to use, a whole different range of, it will come to me, or a whole different range of beliefs and legends and... Nope, I'm stuck. I can't think of the word. You may be able to think of the word and know what I'm after. I'm hoping you understand what I mean. But yeah, they're absolutely stunning cards, and they come with a really great, very detailed book where they go into a lot of information on the oracle cards. Each one has a description if you get it the right way up or if you get it upside down. The right way up is bringing an empowerment message, and if the card is drawn upside down, it is an alignment message, and it explains more about what that means in the beginning of the book. There's some sample spreads for you to take a look at as well, so for all different reasons and what each of the cards mean, and then goes into a lot of detail about each card. So I've used this deck a few times now, and so I'm still getting used to it. I'm not completely familiar with it yet, but I'm really enjoying using it and kind of building up my connection. I find when I get new decks, I like to just sit and shuffle them for quite a while, pick odd cards out, whatever I'm drawn to, do a few, maybe a few of the set layouts that are in the book, and as time goes on, I get more and more connected with the deck and get more and more accurate readings, I find. Because again, it's all about aligning your energy with what you're using. So I find that's a bit of a process to go through. I mean, I have had decks that I've picked up and just immediately felt a rush of energy and had great readings right off the bat. This isn't one of them. This is one I think I have to work up to. But it's a stunning deck nonetheless, and that doesn't mean that you won't connect with it. We all have different energy vibrations, and we all have different vibes and different connections, so things will work differently for different people. But I'm not by any means disenchanted with this deck. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to continue using it. So I'll slide that back in there. So yeah, that is absolutely stunning. And again, I'll put a link down so you can take a look at that one as well. So now on to the Super Attractor. This is a lovely deck. Now, this isn't a deck that you would do card readings with in the traditional sense. This is a deck that you will basically spend some time shuffling and connecting with in the same way as any other Oracle deck. But then you pull out one card, whether that be when you're drawn to or when you stop shuffling, it's the top card, however you want to do it. But these are cards that, again, they're beautifully illustrated. They're really vibrant. They're absolutely lovely. And they all have different attraction messages on. For example, this one, I can do less and attract more. So these are kind of things that you would be able to say out loud and out to the universe. Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. This is one that I drew recently, and having a very down day, and wasn't feeling anything was going my way. And then I drew this card, and it kind of just gives you some time to stop and think and be able to say that out loud to yourself. These are really useful. So there's just so many. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. This is something that I've been talking about a lot over on my podcast, Crystals and Coffee, about putting yourself in a mindset, which isn't always an easy thing to do, but putting yourself into a mindset of abundance to attract abundance, rather than having a mindset of lack and attracting a lack of things. So if law of attraction and trying to get yourself into the right mindset is something that you're looking to do, then again, that's another reason to check out the podcast. There's some really useful tips. So this is a beautiful deck where you can pull out these kind of attraction messages. Now, you may just want to pull out a card and it be your card for the day, and set it on your desk or on your dresser or somewhere where it's going to be easily visible to you, so you can keep seeing it and maybe repeating it to yourself, making you feel good. It may be one that you want to pull and do some meditation on, thinking about it, if that's the kind of message that you want to put out there. You can also do it by putting it in the centre of a crystal grid, or if you have an altar or something like that, you may want to place it on there for the day or week, or however long you want to feel connected to it. It's just a really versatile deck, and it's a great pick-me-up deck. It's really, really good. So this is the Super Attractor deck by Gabrielle Bernstein, and it accompanies her book. I'm not sure if the book is just called Super Attractor or it's How to Be a Super Attractor or something like that, but this accompanies that book. So love these cards, and they're absolutely stunning. Now, I also got the journal that accompanies these cards. They don't come as a set, you buy them separately. this is a really pretty journal. It has a lot of, again, a lot of pretty artwork in there, and some little attraction messages on certain pages as well. And it's just, I've found it to be, I mean, I have started using the very beginning of it. I haven't started using it, so I've started doing some writing in it myself. Basically, what I've been doing is I have drawn a card from this deck, and I've sat and I've thought on it for a little while, and then I've journaled about it in the journal. And I don't just do it exclusively for this deck. I've done it for other readings that I've done for myself as well. But I want to be able to kind of interpret it for myself and just pour out what it feels to me and what messages I'm getting from it, and put it into a journal, and that's what this one is for. It just has a really nice vibe about it as well, because it is kind of charged with the energy. It has the intention of working with the Super Attractor message, that it just has this wonderful energy about it, and it's really engaging, and it really kind of draws you to want to write in it, because it's just so pretty and lovely. And again, it is by Gabrielle Bernstein, same as the cards, and she has her little guidance messages throughout the journal as well. So these as a set I got for Christmas, and I am so happy with them. They're so beautiful. So again, I'll put some links in the description if you want to check those out. I got all of this was purchased on Amazon, so it's really easy to get hold of. It's relatively inexpensive if you want to buy bits here and there, maybe some bits that talk to you more than others, and they're just all, I think they've all been very useful for me in January. We're only 2 weeks into the year. For me, January isn't all about being gung-ho and just going for it and charging ahead. It's still winter. Nature's still very quiet. Animals are still hibernating. It's still very much for me, very much a kind of hunker down season, and it's all about kind of laying the groundwork for blooming when the seasons change, or when it's the onset of spring. So for the next few weeks or so, I'm still in that kind of incubation stage, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing, to not charge on ahead when it's really, the energy around just isn't really feeling that at the moment, particularly here where it's the middle of winter and it's grey and it's gloomy and it's cold, and all you want to do is kind of snuggle up inside. So it's a good time to take advantage of this time of year and tune in to nature and tune into the energies that are around. And that's another reason why the books like the Almanac are very helpful, because again, it's giving that message and it's telling you what nature's doing at this time of year. So why not work in tune with that, instead of feeling that because it's a new year, it's 2020, we've all got to be doing everything right now, and potentially burning ourselves out way too early. So like I said, we're only 2 weeks into the year, to try and take it a bit steady, I think is a really good attitude to have at the moment. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little mini haul there. I'm loving working through those books and cards. Maybe you got some books and cards as well for Christmas, and you have some recommendations for me, then go ahead and put that in the comments, because I love to hear what other people are using. It's really helpful for me, because I then get to see new things that I might not have noticed before. So it would be really great if you could do that, and it's always lovely to hear from you as well. And I'll put the link in the description for my podcast if you want to take a look at that. And there's also, the podcasts are also on YouTube as videos, although they are just a still image with the audio, so you can use them through YouTube, or it's also available on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, anywhere you get your podcasts. You'll be able to find Crystals and Coffee as well. And don't forget, if you want to help out the channel and you want to learn some more things about crystals and how to use them, then you can look me up on Skillshare, and many other things on Skillshare using the link in the description as well. And I will be back very, very soon. And in the meantime, take care, have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.